Do you have a moringa oleifera plant in your backyard garden, or have you attempted to grow your moringa oleifera plant? Well, let us know by commenting below. Agrosuede! And welcome everyone to Agrosuede Backyard Garden with me, Mitchell Junior Suede. In today's video feature, I'm going to show you how you can bring your moringa plant space looking like this to this by simply pruning it. Now I've gotten a request indirectly where my friend who I actually planted the moringa for in a pot, I think you remember that video, growing the moringa in a pot, she sent me a picture, and actually here it is how a moringa looks now. So this video is indirectly for her, but if you're having the same problem, this is what you've got to do. Now most moringa plants, when they're in the ground, like in the earth, they can actually grow very big, and then you don't have to do so much pruning to get nice green and vibrant leaves. But because it's in a pot and it's limited in terms of its root space, therefore the plant tends to give up quickly with the foliage, so you do not turn out a lot of leaves. So what you've got to do, harvest consistently, and not just harvest, but when you harvest you need to prune your moringa oleifera plant, because this picture she sent me clearly shows that she's actually harvesting the moringa leaves, but what she failed to do is prune. So I'm going to show her, and I'm going to show you what it is that I do to bring my moringa plant from looking something like this, or like what her picture looked like, to this. What you've got to ensure is that when you have a moringa plant in a pot, that you always water it daily. And when it starts growing tall and you harvest the leaves, what you've got to do now is to simply prune it. Now I would suggest to you that you actually plant or get more than one moringa plant in terms of pot, like have at least 4 pots, so that when you do what we're going to do today, you can continue to the next one, you can harvest and then cycle. So not just one plant and wait for it to actually send leaves like that and wait till it grow big, but you can actually do that if you have more than one plant. And it's good to have more than one. It's a very nice tree anyway. So let's get to it. Now this plant is actually sending some small buds, and I'll take a picture for you to see. It's sending some small buds which show that these are potential for branches. So I'm just going to cut it about a hand span tall. That's about 6 to 8 inches. So I'm just going to cut it here and get rid of that, and just wet it, put it in. Ensure that your plant also have something to sit down to collect water, and just wait for it to send leaves, and it will do just that. Now this is what I did actually, the same thing. As you can see here, I pruned it, which is like a hand span. I pruned it there, and it sent a lot more branches, and eventually it will get big, and then I'll harvest my leaves, put it to dry, and then prune it again, and just continue with that process. Now when you're pruning, because I've already done it on that length, it's gonna go big, and then what I'm gonna do, when these 2 branches, let me see if you could see it, when these 2 branches get big, they will start to look like that size when they open up big. So then I'll prune them, and then they'll send more and send more, and that's what you do till it goes so big that you have to come back down and start maybe 2 inches below where you first cut. So that is how you can actually get your moringa plant back to life, simply by pruning it. Remember to prune your moringa plant, and I'm going to show you one I actually have in the ground, and the result of me pruning it, and I'm going to show you one which I haven't pruned, and there's a reason why. Eventually in another video I will tell you the reason why I have not pruned it. Let's go ahead. Now this is one of my moringa plants that actually I'm not pruning it as yet, because there's a specific reason which I don't want to sell out the secret as yet, but I'm not going to prune it yet. So this is one of my moringa plants I desperately want to prune, but I'm not going to prune it yet. As you can see, it has gotten so big, but I've got a reason why I don't want to prune it. So now let me show you another one which I have pruned. Now this is one of my other moringa oleifera plant that I grew from seed directly in the ground, which is doing very well. I was surprised it sent exactly 2 plants from one seed. So this is it. Wait for it. Look at that. Now as you can see, there are a lot of branches because I pruned it. It was very tall. I don't know if you can see. Let me just see if I can get a good stand for you. This is where I pruned it up there, and I've sent a lot of branches. Now I decided to prune it so high so that when it sends all these branches and I need to prune it again, I will come down, same thing, instead of 2 inches I think I'll come down an entire foot from where I cut it. So I'll come down somewhere here and prune it when it eventually get big and I want to harvest my leaves again, and I'm gonna keep doing that till it sends plenty branches, and I'll use my discretion, which I advise to use yours also. So this is my Moringa oleifera plant. As you can see, I prune both of them there, and at the end there, I prune them both. It was very, very large, and I decided, well, I've got to prune it. I would like to encourage you to get more than one Moringa oleifera plant so that you can do this process, prune it, and then you have another one producing leaves. And also, be encouraged, your backyard garden in some way will keep the doctors away. Thank you for subscribing to our YouTube channel. Thanks for liking our Facebook page, and we are also on Instagram. You can look for us as Agrosuede, and also our Facebook page will be in the description. Thank you very much, and Agrosuede is out.